Hello, I'm James May.
And I'm Mike Fernie.
And we've decided that we've done enough poncing around on Drive Tribe. We're going to simply have a race.
911s, I think.
Yeah, I think the 911s. So let's say the last to finish has to clean the other's car and wax polish it.
Which one are you taking? RSR or 964?
That's a good question actually, because so the RSR has stickers and the 911 Turbo doesn't. The stickers are the hardest part of Lego, so toss for it.
Let's do it. I'm expecting you to have a threepence or something.
No, you see, it's all a myth. I've got a modern pound.
Look at that.
A new one.
Tails.
Heads. But I'm going to be a man and take the stickers.
Good man.
So, opening the box is not part of the competition and is anyway too complicated for modern men. Where's the...
There's an arrow there. Do you peel that from there? Do you just rip it open?
Seems a bit crude.
It does.
Oh yeah, does it? You could be right.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Slide finger under flap, as it used to say on cornflakes. There you go. So...
That's mine. It's green enough anyway.
I can see a problem.
Are they all mixed up?
No, I think there's one instruction leaflet. And then that booklet, there's the stick. Oh god, there's hundreds of stickers.
Wait, I do have
you
stickers.
do get some stickers.
Do we all both make the same thing and then sticker them up? No, they are different.
Why are they...
I don't know, these for a coin toss then.
Well, let's see. So that's instruction book number 1, that's instruction book number 2.
How can there possibly be 3 packets?
Instruction book number 1 does the green one.
Yeah.
Instruction book number 2 does the RSR. Right, excellent.
Oh wait, is 3 the structure? Is there like a pit? Yes. Number 3's that.
Right, we're not doing that bit yet. We'll do that a bit later. There's the things. Do we need the box? Let's get rid of the box. Have a swig of the pint.
Pepsi. Right, is that a 3, 2, 1, go?
Ready?
Mm-hmm.
3, 2, 1, go.
Going into the bag.
Oh, bit stuck. Oh, he's fallen behind already.
See, it wants you to do the little man first.
Oh, I'm going to do the little man later.
Oh, different tactics. Helmet.
Move the pint.
Say again?
Move the pint.
Helmet is on. God, there's a visor. There it is. Now, I've seen you do this against Hammond drunk
Yes.
on a live stream, which actually did extremely well for us. Sadly, I'm not a drinker.
Strangely put. Well, that's to your advantage. I've put one bit together already, Mike.
Right,
You're
well, my little
behind.
lady here's already done, so put her aside. Right.
Now, the objection I have about Lego these days is that it gives you a sequence of operations that don't necessarily bear any resemblance to the finished item or how the whole thing actually goes together. It's a little bit like if you were working on a production line in the early days, say the Ford Model T production line. Henry Ford had rather unenlightened views about how people were happy to do repetitive tasks.
Oh, no.
Oh, he's blown it.
No, it's fine, it's fine. It's like setback.
See, I would give an exploded diagram of the whole thing and make you work it out, but right, 2 of those.
Have you done any programs about Lego?
Yeah, of course I have. Years ago, when I were a lad.
God, it's all coming apart.
Can you tell us which pages, which operation numbers you're up to?
I'm just going to operation number 6. I need 2 sort of beigey coloured ones of those and 4 of the little lantern shaped ones. 1, 2, 3, 4.
So I am operation number 4, but I've done my little female. So I think we're pretty much even.
Is it Abby Eaton?
Possibly. Does she drive a Porsche?
I think she'll drive anything.
Okay. I wish it told you what this bit is as well. I wish it said this is the chassis, because you never really know until it starts coming together.
No, exactly. That's my complaint. It's not enough about making you think through the process. But I'm probably just being a bit of a fart saying that.
What state was Lego in when you were a kid?
Well, I'm going to say what all old people say, which is, of course, when I was a kid, you didn't have any of this fancy stuff. You only had standard parts, and you had to use your imagination. There you go. I've said it. I'm going to operation number 9.
7 currently.
Oh,
This is dodgy, this bit. What is that?
I'm going to get held back by stickers, though.
Now you should be pretty good at this, because you're a bit of a 9/11 man, so you should know these things inside out.
Well, I'm not as much of a 911 man as, say, Richard Hammond. I do have a 911.
I must admit, out of all the cars you have, if I was to buy one, I'd buy the 997 off you.
Do you want to buy it? I was thinking of selling it.
If you sell it as part of my Drive Tribe salary, just take a small amount out, that'd be great. Because I don't think you realise how much or how little I get paid at Drive Tribe.
Do you get paid very little at Drive Tribe?
Not enough to afford a 997 in the condition you're in. How many miles are on it?
29,000.
I definitely can't afford that. Considering, have you seen the state of my Mondeo?
Yes, it's disgusting. Oh, right, here I go with my first sticker.
God, you're on sticker stage already.
Well, no, it's a sort of an intermediate sticker. Hang on, hang on.
Okay, I've got
There's one.
that bit goes aside now. I want something new.
2.
Have you got loads of these little blue holy ones?
I haven't got to that bit yet.
I imagine axles go through.
11. There.
What is this?
Ooh, good bit of stickering.
How do they organise these as well? How do they organise what goes in what bags? It's all over the place.
I don't know, it's all completely automated as well. That's the stunning thing about it.
Have you been to the factory before?
I've been to the Lego factory in Billund, which is one of the smaller ones, and it's all entirely automated, and there's just machines pumping out Lego and nobody knows how to stop it. You made me put that one on a bit wonky then, Mike. That was your fault.
Rise of the machines.
Yeah, it is a bit Rise of the Machines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a six blob.
And this attaches to this. Oh wait, missed a bit.
1 times 8, 1 times one of those is. So that was there.
Oh, okay.
1 times one of those is 1 times one of. What's that? I mean, that's not a standard Lego part. I mean, look at that. That's just
That looks like
absurd.
it's broken almost.
It's not Lego. I've got to put on 2 more stickers.
And where do you stand on these types of Legos versus what's that really intense GT3 thing you've got?
Oh, Lego Technics.
That is next level.
Yeah, it is. That's much more complicated. I do like Lego Technics though, because you can build genuine machines with it. Can't find the sticker. Oh no, there it is.
How
Right.
are you at sticker stage already?
Because
What number are you on?
17.
Oh, okay, I'm only one behind.
But I'm now being slowed up by greater stickerage.
It's funny, I thought in first year of engineering we'd do a lot of Lego, but no, it's not as stereotypical as that.
The Lego doesn't seem to feature in engineering very much. Architects use it quite a lot.
Right.
There was a theory that somebody said to me once that said in Europe, pre-war, pre-World War II, the world looked like Meccano, but then after the war it started to look like Lego. And some of the earliest Lego sets were buildings and roadways and things and little cars that you could run on. And the idea was that as a child you could become a town planner.
Well, you were telling me a story outside about how you and your friends used to build a town and then destroy it.
My mate Shibby he was rather over-indulged. He had a whole Lego village that you built up, houses, and had a little sort of petrol station and things like that. And he would build it, but then we'd shell it with power balls from a distance to make it difficult. But
What's a power ball?
A power ball is a very bouncy.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah.
A super ball.
A bouncy ball.
Yeah.
Okay, is that done?
One steering wheel bit. Two of those.
Blue. Wait, what?
If you've just joined us, which you won't have done because this is the internet and nobody just joins the internet, but if somehow you have, we're racing 911s, Lego Speed Champion series. I'm building the 911 Turbo, which I think is meant to be a 993. Would you agree?
No, you're building the RSR.
Oh no, sorry, I'm building the RSR, which is a 911.
Yes,
991.
The brand new racing
The
car.
new one, yes.
And I am on a 964 turbo.
It's a 964, you reckon, not a 993.
Yes, I think so.
Okay.
Got the headlights for it anyway.
Fair enough.
Have you driven one of those?
I think so. I've driven most of them over my life, but it's all become a bit of a blur.
What made you buy the 997?
Where did that sticker go? Oh, it's still on the sticker sheet. What made me buy them? Well, I'd had a few second-hand, sort of oldish, air-cooled 911s, and I don't know. I was feeling a bit flush, and I thought I'd only ever bought one new car before that, which was also a Porsche or a Boxster, and I thought I want to have the experience of buying a new 911, so I did. And I've had it a long time. It's Sarah's favourite car, Sarah, my other half, and she actually won't let me sell it.
No. One thing with, I need to experience an air-cooled Porsche because at uni...
You'll be disappointed.
Well, at uni, my main thing was thermodynamics, and I always kind of freaked out about air-cooled vehicles.
I thought
the second they're sitting in traffic, you're buggered. And I know they had fans on them, but I just felt like they would always be at risk of overheating no matter what.
Yeah, but they were famously reliable. Those air-cooled Porsches would easily run for 250,000 miles with not even particularly demanding servicing.
And is that because they could run hot, or the fan just did its job
I think the
especially
fan
well?
probably did its job, and it was German, so it was done properly.
Yeah. Right.
Noisy though. One of the problems with air-cooled engines is that they're noisy because you need a big fin area on them to get the air to circulate, and that amplifies the noise, and so it goes on.
Well, I'm thoroughly impressed by your air-cooled lawnmower in your garage. That's probably my favourite thing in your garage.
Really?
Yeah, I've got a
Right, so I've got a 458 Speciale, a 911, a Tesla, and a hydrogen fuel cell car. But you like my crappy old lawnmower from the 1970s.
With my drive salary, I would happily buy that lawnmower off you.
Would you like to buy the lawnmower?
Yeah, definitely.
Would you? It's quite valuable.
I'd probably take it off, take the engine off, and just have that little one cylinder sitting on my desk.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Sorry, I got distracted slightly because I'm at a complicated stickering bit.
God, what's going on here? I agree with you. Some of the shapes in this is absolutely insane.
It's a world of stickers, this. I don't like Lego stickers because you don't get a second chance, do you? 19.
Oh God, yeah, I've got my first sticker coming up. It's a little sliver of black by the looks of things. And then this attaches to that.
So this one has to be 21 and 22. 21.
Right,
Oh, you're going to need the sticker sheet.
How are we going to
right.
battle over the sticker sheet now?
Let's be sporting about it.
No snatching.
Come on, I need sticker number 22.
How precise are you being? Are you slapping them on? Or
No,
are
I'm
you...
trying to do it properly, but the light's not brilliant. I'm going to get some excuses in there. The light's not good, and I've got the wrong glasses on.
You're getting tired, and
I'm getting old.
okay, cool.
Right, one beige one, strange little beige ones, and one of those.
Do you get sent a lot of Lego by fans? Because you've kind of got this affinity with this kind of thing.
Occasionally, I was once, one of the most gratifying moments of my life, I was in a pub, not this one, but one quite close to here, and I was having Sunday lunch with Sarah, and this woman suddenly ran in, very animated, and she said, "You're not going anywhere, are you? You're not going anywhere." And I said, "Well, no, I've come out for lunch." You know. And she went, "Stay there." and she ran off, and about 15 minutes later she came back with a Lego bus for me, and she said, "I know you like Lego, I work for Lego marketing down the road, and we're interested in Lego ambassadors and whatever." I mean, she was a bit bonkers, but she was great. And she gave me a Lego bus and then sort of ran off.
It's not bad. Did you build it, or is it still
It's
sitting somewhere?
it's in the what we call the cupboard of interest in our house, which is sort of where all the knickknacks and
Basically, where
bollocks
you
go.
hoard things.
Yeah. Oh crap, I'm approaching section 29. There's nothing in it. One of those, two of those.
Okay, so you go straight for organisation from the get-go. What is that? It's like a little wrench thing.
You are now 15 minutes in.
15.
And
that
I'm
all?
on number 26.
I'm on number 30.
Oh God. I can't lose to James May. Well, I can. I mean, you're essentially a Lego legend, so I'm okay if I let this one go.
I'm not sure that's true. I mean, I like Lego. I'm aware of its therapeutic benefits. To 4 of those.
I'm trying to...
Jeez, what? It's like trying to build Lego in the Victorian era.
Cholera floating around. That's quite satisfying, putting the turbo sticker on. That'll do nicely. This goes on to here. I can start to see the 911 shape coming up now.
I'm not convinced I can yet.
I've got a rear end on. 2 of the corner bits.
Jesus. Sorry, folks. Listen, just keep going for a second. I'll sort myself out.
Terrific soundtrack.
Next week on Poorly Directors. No, this is a 911-y moment because I've put on a sticker that says Porsche Design 911.
Sure.
Where does that
Okay.
go? Oh, that's a front arch.
There's a bit missing. No, there isn't.
Who won between you and Hammond when you did your...
I don't know if we ever... No, I think Hammond, yeah, that was... Hammond did finish his before mine and was gloating about it, but then he left it lying around on his desk in the office, and a few days later I had a look at it,
It's
and
a
I
piece
realised...
of crap.
Well, he left half of it out.
He does seem that guy that will win at all costs.
Yeah, I think he's too ruthlessly competitive. Didn't know enough love as a child or something. Help if I put that the right way around.
Steering wheel is on.
See, they're very different because my steering wheel goes on right at the beginning. Oh, Lucy Brown's entered the room. Lucy, have you got cholera or consumption or whooping cough or anything like that? Because
'Cause
if so, you'll be welcome.
And you're about to catch it, if not.
I have none of the above.
Lucy also loves getting name-checked in videos.
I know.
I don't.
She pretends she gets annoyed about us making jokes about her in the credits, but actually she loves it.
Yeah.
As long as I'm off camera, I'm fine.
And they call her office bully or something in the last one.
Yeah. Well, I'm right, aren't I? Well, what the hell is that?
Oh, I've got a front lip now.
1, 2, 3, 4, 1.
Oh, I've looked across.
Nice.
I've taken the lead. Number 38.
Yeah, I had to do some stickers, in fairness.
Nine. Yeah.
I've got a Lego Saturn V rocket. Would anybody like to see me build that? If you would, like, comment, subscribe, whatevs.
How long would that take? Is that like a 12-hour live stream?
It's pretty big and complicated. It's got all the stages. You know, it's like it's a sort of educational model, I think.
Can we launch it after?
No.
Where's that bit?
So I think that's got to go there.
Yes.
Okay, situation update. We've been running for, how long have we been going, Director? Assuming you're still alive.
22 minutes.
About 22 minutes, he says, with his last breath.
22 is my lucky number. If that means anything to you.
How did you work that out?
I was born on the 22nd of January 1994, so I just decided that would be my lucky
Okay.
number.
Did you weigh 22 pounds or?
I don't know, I was massive though. Do you have a lucky number?
Don't think so. I'm quite fond of 3 and 4. Two little noodly ones. One. That's actually that's a oneer. So that 2 oneers, 2 lantern things. 1 and 2. 2 steppy tralars. 1. It's missing. It's missing.
I don't believe you.
No, it's missing.
Lego doesn't make mistakes like that. They're like IKEA.
Oh, this is just totally unfair. I mean, it's just missing. Apart from it being there.
31, 30, I think. God. Have you got nails?
A bit. Not particularly though. You're allowed to draft in someone else with nails to help. I love the sensation of putting Lego together. I think everybody does. Sticker number 1. Sticker number 1, please.
Sticker queue. Quick, quick, quick.
Yeah, hang on.
Have you ever stepped on a Lego?
Yeah.
It's potentially the worst pain known to man. Never mind giving birth, stepping on a Lego.
Upturned plugs are quite bad.
Yeah, they're not great.
And anti-personnel mines.
Personal experience?
It's an old Top Gear joke, actually. Oh, I probably can't mention that.
Right, I feel like I'm at the fiddly bit now. There's no large, clunky bits. It's all just nitpicking.
I'm in a very sticker intense part of mine.
Oh, I've got 2 then. I'm on my headlights, I think.
I had that one. If the adjudicator, whoever that turns out to be, Tom or Lucy, says that sticker's not quite square, I'm going to have to admit it's not. So I will accept a 2-second time penalty or whatever it is for that one. What on earth is that?
Right, that looks like a front bumper I've got on now. Nope. Oh,
What have you done?
nearly collapsed my whole model in on itself, but it's withheld.
Is that really that bit?
Where does that go? That needs to explain that better. Could be
What?
some arrows or something. It says the 2 parts, and it just shows you a picture of the whole model. Like 2 parts, and it just shows you a picture of the model.
that's
There's no
obvious.
arrows.
That's obvious. That's really obvious. Any idiot can see where that goes. Oh, I'm looking for that bit, I think.
Yes.
Yes, and oh, this bit's missing.
Oh, my 911 bonnet's sorted.
Yeah, I can't do it. There's a bit missing. No, it's there.
There has definitely been an obsession in the industry these days about making full-scale Lego cars. McLaren especially. They can't seem to reveal a car without building the entire thing in Lego and revealing it at Goodwood or somewhere like that.
Yes, I know exactly what you mean.
And then you sit in it and it's just like, oh, well, this is just a very uncomfortable...
Car that doesn't work.
Exactly.
At least when we built a full-size Lego house, you could live in it, and I did, for 2 days.
Where did you go to the toilet?
In the Lego bog.
Oh, God. I feel sorry for the runner that had to sort that out.
I don't think we had a runner in those days. We couldn't afford one.
Ooh, I'm putting my Porsche badge on.
Exciting. There seems to be a lot of booklet left and not that many bits left.
You like Porsches and you like electric cars. What's your take on the Taycan?
I'm dying to try it. The bit that interests me about it is that Porsche are boasting, are they not, that they're going to have a range of effectively superchargers to rival Teslas.
Yep.
But I don't think we're going to get them for a while here in dreary old Brexit Britain. Is that right?
Is that the Ionity ones, or is that different?
That's the Ionity ones that are the superchargers, effectively.
Yeah.
But we're not.
So yeah, on the press launch, the journalists were taken to those, but yeah, they were in the middle of Belgium or something like that.
Yes. I do wonder if there needs to be a little bit more standardisation.
Although the current position you're in with the Tesla, you've got easily the best infrastructure as it stands.
Well, you can recharge a Tesla anywhere from, I'm saying this as somebody who has one, and I'm not being an evangelist, but you can charge it on just a standard 13 amp domestic socket, in which case it would take about, I think, 2 days to fully charge a 100 battery. You can use any type 2 charger, so any public charger, and you can then use the Tesla superchargers if you find yourself near one. And they're pretty good, but it's still not as good as filling up with fuel. Hydrogen, on the other hand, depending on whether or not this goes out before or after I reveal that I now have a hydrogen car as well, hydrogen filling is very quick, but there are still very few stations, because we're in that old do we build the infrastructure, do we build the cars dichotomy. Filling it up takes mere minutes. It's about the same as filling up a petrol car, but you have to find a hydrogen filling station, and it has to be working. I have to say they are a little bit temperamental.
Are they quite heavily pressurized?
700 bar.
Wow, okay. So you must feel that when you're filling it up.
You don't really feel it, but it makes, when you put the nozzle onto the filler neck, so that's like putting the nozzle into your fuel tank on a conventional car. Oh, buggeration, there's a sticker. And then it locks, it talks to it. It's got a little transducer sort of collar around it that talks to the car, and the car talks to the pump, and it knows it's definitely on. And then the pump pressurizes up, but it does it very quickly with a rather alarming bang that really terrifies people who don't know
I can imagine.
coming. And then it just sort of whirs away and fills your car up, and then you're done. And you're on your way.
And without wishing to be rude, does the Mirai a Prius underneath? Because looking at it, it looks like one.
It's got lots of Prius bits in it, such as, obviously it's a hydrogen fuel cell car, but it does have a small battery in it because it needs a buffer, a sort of header tank in effect, and it needs somewhere to put the energy that it makes through regenerative braking. And those bits have essentially come from, yes, a Prius. But the rest of it is, they can't possibly make any money on it. It's impossible. They've only made a few thousand for the whole world, and it must have cost billions. They've essentially been working on it since 1968, when they started working on their hybrid drive system. So they took a very long view of things, Toyota, and we still don't know if they're right.
So you've now got.
Let's find out.
You've now got Model S, you've got i3, and you've got the Mirai. Are you just essentially collecting alternate fuel cars? Is there a reason behind that, or?
Well, it's because I think it's important to take part in the experiment, since I'm in the fortunate position of being able to.
Okay.
So, and I am genuinely interested to see what the future of the car is. I think it is electric motors. I don't doubt that. How you actually provide them with electricity, that's up for debate, I think. And the two front runners, the two sort of significant technologies at the moment are batteries and hydrogen fuel cells.
Yes.
There's some whispering going on there amongst the consumptives. Lights failed.
quick update. What number are you on?
I am just making a terrible error on section 45.
Okay. I think I'm putting on my back window. Yeah, the electric cars I've driven haven't been Teslas. They've been the I-Pace and a little Hyundai. And the consensus seems to be that the Tesla is very much the better sort of commodity. It's like a cooler thing, but the electric cars surrounding it, i.e. e-tron, I-Pace, Taycan, are better cars. So they're cars that happen to be electric rather than something that's electric that happens to be a car.
Yes, that's quite an interesting way of putting it. I would say that the Model S Tesla I have is definitely not without fault. There are one or two. Now, your missus works for Tesla, doesn't she?
She does, yes.
So these views are my own, not those of Mike Fernie or his missus. Yeah, there are one or two little build issues with it. I think that they could offer it in a more exciting range of colours. I think the big screen thing is nice, but it's not flawless, to be honest. It can be a bit of a pain to operate when you're going along, and it distracts you for just a fraction of a second too long, I think.
So don't get super grubby as well.
Yeah, you also have to, if you're a bit neurotic about fingerprints like I am, then you will spend a lot of time, wiping it down. But it's an exciting car, the Tesla. I mean, I haven't got the P version, the high performance one. I've got the long range one because I'm basically a coward. But it's still bloody quick. I mean, it's a quick car, no doubt about it.
How many times do you get to pin it? Not many, I imagine.
No.
That 0 to 30 sprint.
I actually do it quite a lot. See, the Mirai is much more sedate. It's a much more dignified car. It's nothing like as powerful, but it's very refined. The ride is better. It's sort of more Toyota-ish. I mean, it's an agreeable mid-sized Toyota. It's exactly what you would expect it to be. The interior feels and even smells exactly how you'd expect a Toyota to feel and smell. It just happens to be a hydrogen fuel cell car and is from the future and makes slightly odd noises as you're going along. It sort of goes dig, 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 dig.
Does it have that instant punch, the electric car? Like,
Yeah.
I know obviously not on the same scale, but
Yeah, no, it's still just as instant. It's just not as powerful as the Tesla. It's as simple as that. It's good though. I find it strangely exciting. I mean, for a long time, I did get worked up about, peak power outputs and 0 to 60 times and all that other stuff. And all of a sudden, I find driving what is otherwise a very sedate car, the Toyota Mirai, I find it incredibly fizz-inducing just because of the thought of what's going on. It's amazing. I mean, it's hydrogen fuel cell and it's a car. I know hydrogen fuel cell is not a new idea. It's actually older than the car. But hang on, it says do that. I've already done that, so that's a mistake. I know you lifted off. I see. Yeah,
Don't
right.
forget it's a race, guys.
Yeah.
like this. See if something gone silent now.
Well, I was just basically being bollocked by the director. So.
Right. That's a windscreen. Oh, I'm supposed to put my rear wing on. Bloody hell, you're almost finished. What are all those bits?
Spares?
I was too busy
They've got spare bits
chatting
for
with you
the.
about bloody Toyotas.
I got 2 helmet visors. You often do get the odd spare. I got an extra strut for my movable active aerodynamics rear wing. Look. So a spare
Wow.
strut for that, a spare one of those, a spare one of those, and a spanner, which is supposed to go in the hand of the mechanic, I believe.
Okay, well, bear with. I've only got a few steps left. Is there an efficient way to get the tyres on?
Mm.
Or is-
Just sort of innate skill, I think.
Does it roll, James?
Hmm?
Does it roll?
Like, subscribe, comment. You've got plenty of time.
In my defence,
But yours has got actual solid axles.
what's yours got?
No, mine's got. See, they are quite different. I thought they would be sort of the same, but with a few detail differences. Mine's got stub axles.
Oh.
Mine's 4-wheel drive, you see, so it's got a differential at both ends.
In my defence, I'm PlayStation generation, so. Not that I'm coming up with race driver excuses.
You've got a spare visor as well.
They have little hubcaps as well.
I'd quite like it wax polished, actually. So you see, the young people, they're not brilliant at everything, as it turns out. When it comes to the really important stuff, like building a car out of Lego, something designed for 6 to 8 year olds to do, us 50, how old am I? 6,
56, yeah.
56 year olds can teach these young pups a thing or two.
I'm sorry, millennials, I've let you down. I've put my hubcaps on, but I've put them on too far, so they don't. Right, that's just going on like that, I'm afraid.
No, that's, you can't.
Or is that the right way? They're supposed to be deep dish. Have I buggered up that side? I've buggered up that
Yeah,
side.
I think you have.
Okay.
Show us the camera. Just hold it like that, hold it.
So they're lovely deep dish 911 wheels,
So
but on the other side,
So you've got muscle
There.
car wheels on one side and the wheels from Hammond's Oliver on the other side.
right, final step, put my driver in. Then goes Abby. Sorry,
I've put
Abby.
my driver next to the car. That's,
Ooh, is that?
You know, is that an infringement of the Lego assembly rules?
well, oh, okay. Well, it's not much of an infringement compared with putting your wheels on back to front. I mean,
No. No rush. Right, in she goes. It freaks me out, all these spare bits, but I think that's it. Shall we go, and we'll go deep dish. Go deep dish. Right, what do we do now?
well, no, it's nearly tea time. I think what we should do with these, because, I mean, let's be honest, the Drive Tribe office will end up stuffed to the roof with Lego if we're not careful, is we should hide them in this room where families have parties and things, and then some bored 5-year-old who's been dragged along to a wedding anniversary lunch by his mum and dad or something like that will be mooching around and he'll find those. And imagine how exciting that would be.
He'll have the best day ever, especially if you sign the roof.
But he won't know who I am if he's a 5-year-old.
True.
Which car is Mike going to wash, James?
I'm trying to think which one's really quite filthy.
You were being serious about that.
Yeah.
The Mirai's an
The
absolute
Mirai's
state
in
to
a
be
state, isn't it? Yeah, I drove it on a really bad day down to the countryside. Yeah, the Mirai then, please. It's
Can it
also,
not be the Alpine? I've never driven. Well, I won't drive it.
but yeah,
I've never
I'm not
touched
asking
an
you to
Alpine.
drive it. I'm asking you to clean it. You can do both if you want. You
Sure.
can have a go in the Alpine if you clean that and the Mirai. How's that?
Why not?
And I'll give you 5 shillings as well. Did you like that video? Would you like to see us do more Lego, or would you like to see us do something else? Like, I don't know, try and repair an obscure 55-year-old Hornby 00 model railway locomotive, for example. I mean, you tell us.
Just smug face in there. Why did we buy this car in the first place?
hydrogen.
Right, that's enough.
If you like this video, subscribe to Drive Tribe. Surely we don't need to. We don't need to tell people that. It's obvious. I spend hours and hours a day looking at YouTube, and if I see things, I think, "Oh, that's good." I subscribe to them.
Well, we've
I
learned
don't
that
think, "Oh, I didn't subscribe to that because that bloke didn't tell me to."